This is my 11th year at Monk Camp.
They're so little, they love watching them just grow up.
This is my first year. I would take my time. So draw your symbol first and then color lines, okay? I've been here 14 years. So
I think this is my 4th summer, but I don't really remember. Because chemically we have to get that molecule ready and get it to get into the water. Indigo doesn't dissolve in water.
Teachers are very important because when campers come, they have lots of things that they need to learn about, and teachers are the ones who get to take a lead in planning what are the things that the campers are going to learn, and to help the plan leaders so that they also know what we're teaching.
teachers are important because they're the ones that teaches us things, right? Without teachers, we wouldn't be able to do So you do yours. Because they're the reason why camp, why like teachers are a part of camp, so then like it can be, teachers can be very helpful during camp.
We're here for the children that participate and for the greater community. Because when we work with the children and help them learn more things about themselves, more things about Hmong culture, and working together, it makes the greater community much stronger. So we just love being around children. You know how you can put sugar in a glass of water and stir it and it disappears? Indigo won't do that.
I teach filmmaking at camp, and I do that because I've been doing filmmaking for like 20 years now. That was my first and second college degree, was in making film and teaching film, so that's what I like to do a lot.
I teach literature, and I teach it because I like literature, so that's why I teach it. I teach literacy because I think it's fun. You learn things. I learn things while I teach too. So.
Okay, I teach art, and I teach art through textiles, which is cloth and things like that. So behind me there's a piece that the pre-K children just finished doing. And so what I bring with me are natural dyes, things that come from nature. So they colored this piece of cloth with stamps, and we used wood dyes. And one of them is actually the rind of the pomegranate fruit. And so let's see, that's what I do. So we do a lot of painting and dyeing, and I use a lot of indigo too.
I came to teach at camp because I was in classes. I was a student at Concordia, and Grandma Sally was one of my teachers, and she's like, oh, I've got kids who are at camp who really want to learn about computers and cameras. You should come hang out with us and teach the kids about cameras and computers, because that would be good.
So I want to become a teacher, and a lot of my friends attend home camp, so they encouraged me to sign up to be a literacy teacher. Because I love kids, and I think they're the big part of keeping the Hmong culture continuing.
Because I really enjoy it, and I understand that the kind of things that I do are still valuable within the Hmong community. Chiefly indigo is one of the traditions that was used in the old country by Hmong people to make cloth blue and make beautiful patterns on it. The only thing I regret is we can't use the wax to make the designs, but we still use them. You have to do things to the water to make the indigo dissolve.
I think how hard it is, it kind of depends on how long you've been teaching a subject and whether your students are focused or not. Sometimes if you want to teach something new that you've never taught before, it takes more time to get your ideas straight. But then after you've taught the same thing for a while, it gets easier. And if you have students who are good at focusing, it's a lot easier to be a teacher because they're teaching what you want. Otherwise, if they're goofing off all the time or yelling or doing things like that, then you spend all your time telling the kids behave right and they don't get to learn
I think for the most part, it's pretty easy. The hard thing about being a teacher is that it's emotionally, mentally, and physically draining because I work with little kids. So I have to give my attention to everyone, and they like to ask a lot of questions. So I'm always using my brain, and I have to provide a whole bunch of answers for them. So it's hard in that way, but other than that, I enjoy it a lot.
It's very hard because there are kids come from different backgrounds, so it's hard. Some kids are very naughty and some kids are very quiet, so it's hard to maintain all of those.
Well, I don't know about the other teachers, but for me the hardest thing I do is I carry a lot of water around. A lot of water. Like yesterday, I don't know how many hundreds of gallons of water we had to haul around there. Probably about at least 250 gallons of water, and it's about 8 pounds a gallon. So I've got some wheels under to help me, but I'm still picking up buckets that weigh 40 pounds apiece. So that's the hardest thing for me. The easy part is working with the children, but the water's heavy.
My favorite thing about teaching kids is that they get to learn new skills and become more independent. So it's good to be a teacher and to know a lot of stuff, but it's even better when you've got students who are learning and they can start doing stuff on their own, and then once they practice more, they can start teaching other people, and it just kind of spreads all the knowledge around.
My favorite thing about teaching kids is watching them learn because they're just really excited to learn, and it makes me really happy because I'm doing my job. And they're also really engaging, so it just makes me feel like I'm doing my job really well. It makes me really happy because I love kids.
I think one of my favorite things is to teach them about Hmong culture, how unique it is and how different it is to everything else.
My favorite thing about teaching children is to let them see how much they already know. One of the things we talked about this week is primary colors. And everybody put their thinking caps on and thought back to what they've been doing in school, and we were able to relate that to these dye colors we use here, because we're still using primary colors. Blue for indigo, marigold flowers for yellow, and we use madder root for the red. And so when I see that light come on in people's eyes, connecting what they already know with the new things that we bring to them, that's my favorite part.